Okay, we are good to go. So please, from the previous class we had, I don't know if you have any questions. Do you have any questions? Or is there anything you tried out and then you got confused at some point? Any question at all? Just go ahead. You can ask me questions so I will know if there's any place I can come in or make more give more detailed explanations from the very first class we had on introduction to digital marketing. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Do you have questions? All right. In the absence of no question, I just want to give a brief overview before I progress. We looked at the introductory part of digital marketing the last time. We saw what digital marketing is and what um, traditional marketing is, and then we tried to create a kind of similarity between digital marketing and traditional marketing. We looked at the key benefit of digital marketing. We saw that it has to do with a global audience. The reach it's on the global level, not just it's not localized. It has to do with a global audience that runs in billions or millions, as the case may be. We saw one of its benefits as being cost effective, helps you to target your advertising. Yes, you can also measure your results in digital marketing. And of course, we also saw that it is readily available 24 hours. That's 247. It's always available, and there is high demand and career growth in digital marketing. So we looked at the comparison here using a key feature, the following features: the reach, the cost, the tracking result, and the customer interactions, and all of this. We also saw the channels or key component of digital marketing: SEO, content marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, pay-per-click advertising, affiliate marketing, and all of that. We saw the career opportunities in digital marketing, and then we also saw the in-demand skills, digital marketing skills in demand. So we also looked at the future of marketing digitally, where we saw AI and automation in marketing. Yes, basically all those things are being incorporated in the current trends now in marketing. So it's no longer a new thing. It's no longer a new thing. So we also saw different things. We looked at the tools and platforms we need to learn as digital marketers: SEO tools, social media tools, email marketing tools, paid ads tools, platforms. Um, yes, and all of that. So from all these things we discussed from the previous classes, I don't know if you have any questions. If you have any question, if there's no question, we can comfortably go to what we have for today. Yes. For today, we are going to be discussing something different. Is there any question? All right, let's get started. Let's get started. I believe just please confirm that you can still hear me. Kindly confirm that you can still hear me. Okay, fine.
I can hear you.
Look at this important part of digital marketing. Let's kick start. Let's go ahead. So, for today, we're looking at the introduction to online consumer behavior. Yes. Here we are going to be talking about the buyer persona. Now, for you to understand, for you to even market, you need to understand the audience or the set of persons you are marketing to. Yes. So one of the things you do as a digital marketer is to understand your market. Yes. If it means going for, the way people go for market analysis, they go to market to analyze the market to know what people want and what people don't want. That is how a digital marketer too will have to analyze his or her potential audience. Yes, you need to understand the persons you're marketing. What are the psychological factors, their social factors, their technological factors, their barriers technologically factors. So these things put together will help you to run an effective marketing campaign. So we're looking at online consumer behavior. So let's kickstart. Let's kickstart. So what um all right. So what's why is understanding consumer behavior important? So it helps businesses create more effective marketing strategies, and also it enhances consumer experience by delivering personalized content. So most times people get bored when you don't target ads, or when you don't tailor your ads based on their personalities. Yes, they feel that you don't really care about their personalities, so they may not really take it so. But if you tailor those ads, if you understand them, their pain points and what they need, why they need them, and when they need them, you will be able to um, carry out your marketing campaign effectively. So, and also the reason why we must understand our consumer behavior is important because it helps us improve conversion rates and customer retention. Selling to people is not just the main thing. How many of them that you have sold to in the past are you able to retain? Yes, you can only retain them when you understand them. If you don't understand them, you can't retain them. So that is it. So now, there are a couple of factors that influence online purchasing decisions, and of course, we are going to be looking at them. We're going to be looking at them now. If talking about those the factors that influence online purchasing decisions, we talk about psychological factors. Yeah, the emotions comes in, the perceptions and trust. There are a lot of persons that have issues with trusting or trust. Yes, that is the same reason why Coca-Cola today is a household name, irrespective of the price. People, whether we have big cola, we have cola, we have different species of soft drinks that have the same color like Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola remains Coca-Cola. Of course, they built that trust psychologically in the sight of they've built that trust before their target audience. In fact, they've they've understood their market and they've been able to retain their customers. Yes, their customers are not loyal to them. So that's one thing about a brand like Coca-Cola. So you can analyze different other brands too. There are products today that we can't do without. In fact, even when we want to buy something like similar, we can still use the same name. Let's say, for example, we have of course, you know that we have only one Indomie. As long as Nigeria is concerned, we have just one Indomie, and we have different noodles. But today, even though you want to go and buy some different noodle, you tell them I want to buy Indomie. Yes, they can still give you tummy noodles, and you carry and go home and say yes, I bought Indomie. But that is not because Indomie has built this house, has created this very impression before her audience, and of course they've been able to retain their audience. Even kids today, what they know is Indomie. They don't know about other brands. But if you are here and you still make that mistake, just know that we have just one Indomie in the whole country. In the whole world, is just one Indomie. But we have different other noodles, like Dangote noodles, Masters noodles, chicken noodles, Tommy noodles, and all of that. So yes, they've built trust before their customers. So that is one thing that you as a marketer need to understand. You have to understand the psychological factors affecting online purchasing decisions, like the emotions of your customers, their perceptions. How do they perceive these very products, or how do they see this particular product. These are things you have to critically analyze when launching a market or a marketing campaign. Another thing is we must also look at the social factors. Yes, there are social factors that affect the marketing decisions of people. Yes, we'll talk about peer influence. There are people that buy things because their friends got it. Yes, they got to know about a particular product because their friends got maybe introduced them to such products. Yes, there are people that buy things because they see good reviews about such products. Yeah, these are social factors, and of course, most times brand reputation comes into how far has that brand been able to show their capacity or have been able to show that very ability to be trusted. Yes, how well have they been able to do that? Most times if people have issues with maybe banking, the bank, any bank, they just go to Twitter, and then you get just see a very quick response because people don't want their brand name to be just put on the mud. No, they want to build that reputation in the sight of their customers so that if those customers are satisfied, others can also come to patronize them. The next factor there that influences online purchasing decision is the technological factors. Yes, let's say you have a site you have to market, or you have a product, a mobile product. Let's say you have a mobile app. Or let's say you are working for a fintech company as a digital marketing director, and then you have to market and let's say a fintech app. Of course, you need to understand your customers. Will they be able to navigate this app effectively? Will they be able to, is this app mobile friendly, or is the site mobile? Will they be able to navigate through your site to purchase or to do one or two things they want to do? So these are things we consider. And of course, for some brands that has to do with, let's take Jumia as an example. Because if you've ordered things on Jumia, you understand that Jumia has series of um, checkout processes. Either you pay with your card or you do bank transfer, or there are people who don't want to maybe um, put in their login details on a site. They will prefer just give us an account number, let's transfer and do this transaction. Yes, these are things you have to consider when building a product of such or of that kind of product. Because if you do something and people don't value it, like you're not building the product for yourself actually. You are marketing for people to come and buy and patronize your business. So these are things you have to consider. The technological factors. How easy is the product? How can we navigate this very website or mobile app? Let's take people today. They stick with all these fintech, Kuda, OPay, PalmPay, Money Points. They stick more with them because they feel that yes, there is ease of transactions with this app. Because if you are using maybe some kind of bank apps, you tend to take a longer time, network issues, trying to transact. These are things as a marketer you must put into consideration when launching a market campaign, because these are things that affect or influences the purchasing decisions of the customers. So the economic factors too. Yes, how much is that product? Are they actually getting a value from what they are the value of their money? So these are things you have to take into consideration too. So what is a digital marketing? What is a digital buyer personnel? Let's dive or move further. A digital buyer persona is a semi-fictional representation of your ideal customer based on market research and real data. Yes, like I said before, for you to market to somebody or a group of persons or a company or a set of persons or a tribe or race, you have to understand them. Yes, of course, you have to understand. You have to create this fictional um, representation of your ideal customers. That's what called it. You have to create the this fictional representation. It could be based on physical market research or based on get somewhere or somehow. So yeah, it's important because it helps businesses tailor marketing campaigns, content, and product offerings. Yes, um, you tailor your marketing campaign, and it works effectively if you understand the person you're marketing to. Yes. So we have the components of this buyer personnel. Of course, is in sections. The first section you have the demographic. The demographics, you have the age, how old are this set of persons. And let's say, okay, let's use Facebook as an example. Facebook is a product now. Which set of age brackets do we find on Facebook, actively on Facebook? Of course, we could say people from, let's say, 18 to, let's say, 55 or 45. That's the age bracket. Of course, for the gender, is both. Someone confirm that you're still with me. Please confirm that you're still with me. Um, Please confirm that you can still see my screen and you can still hear me very clear. Can you still? Please, if you can see my screen or you can see hear me, can you just indicate? Just unmute and say yes or you can type. Let me be very sure.
I can hear you, sir, and I can see you, sir.
Yes. So let's continue. Please, if you have questions as the class is on, just drop it on the comment section so we can always attend to it. Yes, a question is a class. There's going to be a tax. We're going to do a tax. We're going to create a fictional buyer personnel for a fictional brand. If you have a business, you can create a buyer personnel for a business. If you don't have a business or you don't have a brand, you can create a fictional one. So that's the first assignment for this training. And of course, it will be submitted before Wednesday next week. So, yes, you have to, yes, we are still on demographics. You have to check the income level of your prospects, your soon to be customers. You have to also consider the location. Yes, location determines a lot. In cases like trying to use Facebook now, you have to consider the location of those you're marketing to, whether you have access to internet connection. These are things you consider when marketing digital products. But yours may not be a digital product anyway. So you look at the psychographics. Psychographics. Of course, this has to do with the interest. What are these people interested in? Are they interested? Okay. Um, yes, before then, because I will still recap the assignment. So, what are these people interested in? Are they interested in pictures? Are they interested in long text? Are they interested in videos? Of course, don't forget I'm using Facebook as an example. So you have to indicate their interest. What is their motivation? What brings them online? What do they want to achieve? What are their core values? Are they people of integrity? Are they conscious of their time? What are their core values? You have to understand these things for you to market to them. Let's say there are persons whose core values are they don't take anything like sugar. Market a sugary product to them, or they are diabetic. You can't market something that has sugar content in them. Of course, you can't market such to them. So these are things to consider too while launching a marketing campaign. So their behavioral traits. What are their online habits? What time do they normally come online? Are they the introvert type or the extrovert? What is their purchase preferences? Which platforms are they preferably on? Are they on Instagram always, on Twitter? Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? So of course these things will help you even understand where to launch your campaign, the platforms to create for your brand, and where to set up ads, sponsored ads more for your brand or your business. So that you see, this is why this buyer persona is very important. And these are the various components. So the challenges and the pain points, common problems faced by consumers. Now, one thing you have to understand as a marketer, is that you are not just marketing to make money. You are marketing to solve a problem. You must understand the fact that you want to solve a problem, and let it be that what you are bringing to people is that yes, I want to solve this problem for you. Don't always bring the consciousness of maybe I want to make money, just buy, 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 buy. They don't see the value. They don't see you understand that they have a pain that should be resolved. Of course, those kind of stuff. So you have to understand the common problems that are faced by the consumers or your customers. What are their goals and desires? What they hope to achieve with your product or service? There's someone else might be on Facebook to just to catch views, and that person might be on Facebook to make sales. And there is this other person that is on Facebook to gain visibility. So these are three different set of persons, and you have to understand them to be able to market to them. So these are the key components of buyer personnel, and it's important we understand these key components, and then while creating our own tool, let's do well to do the needful. So um, steps to create a digital buyer personnel. The first thing is to collect data from multiple sources. Yes, you need to collect data. Let's say you can create a questionnaire, you can create survey forms through Google Forms, you can create those forms to conduct interviews with existing customers. You can maybe use websites or social media analytics. Um, for collecting data, these are various ways you can collect data. You can use customer support feedback, um, identify common queries and complaints. But the first step is to collect data you have to collect data from different sources and then bring them together. You have to collect data from competitor analysis, study competitors and target audience and engagement factors. So the next thing is to identify patterns and segments. Group customers based on behavior, interests, and demographics. Yes. You could have personnel one, maybe it's a tech savvy professional. Because the person will prefer or will go for a fast and effective digital solution. And there's another person that is budget conscious. That first person, he doesn't care if the product is costly or not. What he wants is the result. The second person does not even care about how efficient the product is. What he cares is, um, can I buy this product? You understand? So these two persons are very different. You have to understand their behavior, their interests, and their demographics. Then create create a personnel profile. So here is a typical example of a personnel profile. The name of this guy is Mark. He's the digital nomad. He's aged between 30 to 40. His interest is that he's interested in remote work, tech gadget, and online business. Of course, someone who is interested in remote work will always go for good digital services. We will always like to get the best internet service provider. the best router, the best Wi-Fi, best MiFi, the best system, the best ring light, all of those things. And his pain point is that he needs high speed, secure, and flexible digital solution. So this is his pain. If you want to market to such a person, let's say you want to market a data, let's say as an MTN marketing strategist, you have if there's a launch of new router, then you are trying to market to such a person. You are not going to market with the mindset of buy this amount, just buy it. You have to explain to the person, like, look at this thing can solve this problem of low speed, insecurity, is flexible, you can, this and that. These are ways to market to people. And then they'll feel that, yes, this one understands my pain in this journey. So let's not forget that. Of course, his preferred channels is YouTube, LinkedIn, and industry blogs. This kind of person has no business with Facebook. He has no business with Twitter, with Instagram. So you can't find him in such places. This kind of person. So if you have understood that this is the kind of person you're marketing to, of course you can't be wasting your ad on Facebook. Then you should go and target your ads on YouTube, on websites, that's SEO, and then LinkedIn. Are you seeing how important buyer persona is? So let's take note. Now let's understand something else. That is the customer journey. Of course, you have to understand that the customer passes through several stages before he or she comes to buy eventually. So
It's I'll continue with my phone. There's a little network challenge at this point. I will once the network is stable, I will share our screen back. But for now, let's just continue with this. So I was talking about the customer journey map. Here this is a customer map. A customer journey map is all right, guys. Let's continue. Please, if you can see hear me, just indicate if you can see hear me. If you can see me, can you indicate, please?
I can hear you.
All right, thank you. So on this journey, customer journey map, we have the key stages. I'm trying to restore the network on my system, but we can't keep waiting. So we just have to continue with what we have, so we don't end up wasting a lot of time. So let's just go ahead. So on this customer journey map, we have the key stages. I'll be sharing this slide with us later on, so we can actually follow up. So the first stage there is awareness stage. So this is the stage where the customer recognizes that there's a need, or has a need. The consumer recognizes that there's a need, a problem. Let's say a need could be having a good internet connection. That could be a need. It could be a challenge, a problem too. how can I solve the problem of not having a stable internet connection? I have light, but I don't have stable internet connection. So that could be a need. So that is the awareness stage. The customer understands that yes, there is a need at this point. And then what's the next thing? The next thing is to see how he can resolve that particular need. He needs to see how he can resolve that very need. So now, the next stage there is the consideration stage. At this level, he will start considering which of the products or service provider should I go for, which is more reliable, which is more efficient, and all of that. So he will now start looking at product reviews, watching YouTube comparisons, watching documentaries to know that is the consideration stage. The first is the awareness stage, the second is the consideration stage, and the third is the decision stage. So after reading product reviews and getting feedback from customers or those who have bought a particular product for, getting to know what they are saying about that product, they will now get to the level of making a purchase. So the decision stage, that's the stage where he makes his purchase. Yes, he must have made decision. You now go ahead to click on the buy now button after we've written several positive testimonials from satisfied customers. So, and then the next stage the network is still not stable. So, but let's go ahead. So, at the retention stage, this is where the customer, the brand itself, will go ahead to engage after the purchase. This is where he start receiving follow-up mails and set up tips. This is where the after sales services comes in. Yes, after sales services. And then there's another stage known as the advocacy stage. This is a stage where the consumer himself or herself will promote the brand because he's satisfied, and then he goes ahead to share reviews on social media, or write his testimonials. So now we have to create a customer journey map. The first one, you have to identify the consumer touch points. Where do they normally visit if they want to make a purchase? Is it websites, landing pages, product pages? Do they use comment sections or shares or messages on social media interaction? Are they are very much available via mails? What is the click through rate? What is the open rate? So this is how you can actually know where your customers or consumers are coming from. The consumer service interactions, do they like support ticket or do they like live chats? Where are they coming from? So that's the first step, is to identify customer touch points. The second one is to map customer emotions and pain points. What are their concerns at each stage in the purchase, in the customer journey map? What the decisions at each of the stages? And then how can the brand improve? So the step 3 there is to optimize a journey with personalization. You could use AI-driven recommendations to suggest relevant products to the customers whenever they come through those channels. You can offer incentives like free trials or discounts. You can provide seamless omni-channel experiences through the web, mobile, email, or social media. After which you go ahead to optimize the customer experience, personalize strategies, and you have to personalize the marketing strategies, create dynamic content, show different website content based on user behavior. Go ahead to integrate AI chatbots and automation, provide instant support 247. Yes. Show ads based on past interactions. Go ahead to segment your mails. Yes, there are many things to do in this case. And then you could study some brands and know how they handle their customers after sales, or how they go ahead with their own customer personnel or buyer personnel or digital buyer personnel. So in conclusion, digital buyer personnel help businesses understand their ideal customers. Not everybody will buy from you, and not everybody is a customer. Understand that. It will save you a lot of stress. Customer journey mapping identifies the pain points and helps you to improve experience. Personalization and data-driven strategies enhance engagement and conversions. So the future of digital marketing is AI powered, is hyper personalized and customer centric. So for you to build a more effective campaign, you must integrate automations, AI integrations, integrate chatbots, automations, dish out more personalized content, and then make sure that your consumer is at the center of everything. When you satisfy your customer, of course, he will go ahead to get other persons on board. It's as important as that. So go ahead and ensure that your consumers are entertained, your consumers are properly fed. For what to discuss, so I don't know if there's any question from anyone. Is there any question at all? Is there any question, or would you need to look at the video again? I don't know if there's any question at all from anyone. So in absence of no questions, we'll come to the end of today's class. The simple one. The task is to create a fictional buyer personnel following the very steps I've listed in the course of the training. So just you have to look at the video again. Then if there are questions, you can always have your questions with. So I expect questions from different angles as we progress in the program. Thank you, and do have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate your effort. Thank you.